Formula Drift made its third stop in Wall, New Jersey, where Team Falcon dominated the competition. Tyler McQuarrie edged out Ken Gucci for third, and his teammates Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Darren McNamara battled it out for the top spot. D-Mac didn't leave anything to chance, pulling way ahead of Gittin in the first run and sticking on his door in the second. The young Irish driver won his first Formula Drift stop ever. Now the championship series moves on to Las Vegas, where the track is hot and the action is hotter. A new challenging course layout will drive the competition to new heights. Drivers are diving into the action here on Formula Drift.
Everybody, and welcome to round 4 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. I'm Jared Deanna, and I'm joined by my co-host Ryan Sage. Ryan, we are all in here in Las Vegas. New track, 100+ degree temperature, and the competition, they're laying it all on the line.
And it's also the midpoint of the season when we start to see a clear picture of the championship. But right now it's getting shaken up because Darren McNamara did not make it into the round of 32. But Stanley Hubinette did, along with Chris Forsberg, Ryan Turk. And let's talk about some amazing driving out there by our #1 qualifier, Robbie Nishida.
Yeah, Bushido Blade Nishida cutting through the competition. And I have to mention Vaughn Gittin Jr. slamming into the wall before qualifying the top 32. He makes it in. And guess where he is now? He's already in the top 16. And now we're going to get on with that top 16 action.
In Formula Drift, there are 3 judges officiating elements in the sport. The criteria is based on speed, angle, line, and style, or impact. This competition is a dogfight with competitors trying to outdo, outperform, and outmaneuver the other driver to show dominance in each of the successive laps. Both drivers get a chance to lead with the highest qualifier leading first. After 2 runs, the judges will pick the dominant driver. Judges can also call for a 1 more time if the runs are too close. Either way, majority rules, and whoever has the most votes moves on to the next round. The Vegas track is notorious for some of the quickest entry speeds on the Formula Drift circuit. This year's layout continues with that speed, but also features an equally challenging technical inside course. Drivers start on an 845-foot curved entry, hitting huge speeds. As they enter the visible part of the course, they initiate and swing as close as they can to the first and most important outside clipping point, nearly brushing their bumper on solid concrete. This point determines their line as they regulate their speed and head left, drifting to a far-reaching second outside clipping point on another concrete wall. From there, the technical challenges become apparent as drivers manage speed, angle, and line all at once to reach the first inside clipping point. Following that, drivers will eye the second inside clipping point just a few hundred feet away and swing back to the right, hit the clip, and a final acceleration to the left for the last inside clipping point and the finish line. The round of 16 kicks off with top qualifier Robbie Nishida up against Tyler McQuarrie, both in Nissan 350Zs. Nishida looked good in the first run, but when it came time to follow, he got lost in the Falcon tire smoke and spun out. McQuarrie advanced. Mike Essa, a Formula Drift newcomer, moved on after outrunning Ross Petty. Tanner Foust has a spot in the next round after his opponent June Meng skimmed the wall.
That kind of like a little bit and then try to keep going.
Sacrifice yourself for me?
No, I don't want to.
June.
No.
Pat Mordaunt lost control around the last turn, giving the win to Kazu Hayashida. Katsuhiro Ueno stopped short, causing Turek to collide with him and launch into the air.
We came in hot. I was super close. And we initiated and he hit the brakes immediately. And I couldn't do nothing. I just hit him. And, hopefully the judges saw that and we can move on.
The drivers end up going into 2 one more times, and on the final run it was Ueno who got too close and straightened. Turek moved on. Chris Forsberg advanced after he narrowly edged out Michihiro Takatori. The Mustang GT got a flat, pulling Gittin into the wall again. With that, Pollock is in the next round. In the final run, Ryuji Miki got so close that he ended up in Hubinette's door. They both kept their line, and Miki just barely made it past Sam for the win. Now we head to the track with Ryan and Jared.
So here we go, Jared, the first battle of the Great Eight. And we see Tyler McQuarrie, who has done an excellent job along with his team in really getting that car to where it needs to be. We usually don't see that till later on the season. Now we're seeing at a point when it can really make a difference for the championship. And Michael Essa, a brand new guy coming up in the mix, doing a great job competitively.
Yeah, a rookie going against a Formula Drift veteran. Interesting fact, normally both these cars either have a rotary or a V6, and here we have both V8s under the hood of these vehicles. Look at this, Essa, 83 miles an hour on this entry.
Very impressive by Essa. Nice wide line. McQuarrie is right there, maybe a little bit shallower on the outside of that turn, and now Essa really turning it on, and McQuarrie right there as well.
Good run by both these guys. I'd like to see them a little bit closer in proximity to each other, as well as the judges want to see that.
As we saw in New Jersey, Tyler McQuarrie's car is very quick while in drift, and as you can see, as they get towards the finish line, Tyler McQuarrie is right there on Michael Essa.
This is the second run of this first battle of the Great Eight. Now Tyler McQuarrie's going to lead. Michael Essa's going to give chase.
And Jared, one thing we have not mentioned here is this is a brand new course design, so there's no real advantage to either driver. Last year's course was fast. This year's as well, as you see, 85.5 miles per hour. But this course is also very technical.
Yeah, in the latter part of the track, you can see her through the S-turn. You got to slow it down and make sure your car's on the right place. Look at the smoke Tyler is creating, and look at this. It actually affects Michael Essa as he goes on the inside of that clipping point.
A very big mistake right there from Michael Essa. Tyler McQuarrie, a nice wide line. You see him right here, perfect on that clipping point, and Michael Essa going off of track.
That's not a rear clipping point. And look at it's unanimous. Tyler McQuarrie gets the win.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Vulcan Tires and by Mazda. On any given weekend, there are more Mazdas road raced than any other brand. Welcome back to Formula Drift. During the break, Tanner Foust took on Kazu Hayashida. In the first run, Tanner outran Kazu, leaving a plume of smoke in his face. Kazu tried to come back in the second run, but ended up clipping the wall, giving Tanner a clear victory. Now, back to Jared and Ryan.
Our third battle of the Great Eight, Ryan Turk versus Chris Forsberg.
Well, Jared, it makes a lot of sense. These guys have been driving together for a very long time, and we saw not one, but two one more times. This is the final one more time right here. We need to have a victor as we move into the final four.
Forsberg or Turk, who's it going to be? It comes down to this second one more time battle. We're going to see it right now.
Well, the driving has been incredible, but Jared, we cannot see another one more time. The judges must make a decision right here with Forsberg against Turk.
Well, the judges have pressure. How do you think the drivers feel right now? Letting it all hang out. Chris Forsberg initiating, Ryan Turk trying to suck up onto him, 83 miles an hour.
Nice entry and bold drive. Whoa! Ryan Turk hits the wall going a little bit wide there. That was amazing.
Ryan Turk pushing a little too hard. You wonder if Chris Forsberg just let him in there. But look at that. Turk only getting out of shape just a little bit.
Well, the drivers are so close right here. It comes down to a matter of inches. Ryan Turk just pushing a little bit too hard. Hits the wall. But, Jared, you've got to imagine that is going to affect the outcome.
Green means go, and these guys are on the line as they pull away. Ryan Turk's going to lead. Chris Forsberg's going to give chase. We're going to have a winner. Who's it going to be?
Ryan Turk going to be putting everything on the line right here. He made him.
Look at this initiation, way too aggressive, and it's funny because Chris Forsberg was initiating way later. It seemed like he was backing out there.
Well, you got to imagine Ryan Turk was going for the gusto, just pushes it way too hard, gets nice and sideways, but is not able to complete the line, and Forsberg moving on, Jared.
Next up is Justin Pollock and Ryuji Miki, both in Mazdas. Let's go behind the smoke and learn more about the rotary engine and what's up with Pollock's new Mazda RX-8.
Justin Pollock has really just adapted well to his car. You know, it's got a rotary engine, so it's got to be high in the RPM, so it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of throttle to drive a car like that.
I don't know how many people know, but I started on rotary engines too. I bought a Mazda RX-7 to learn how to drift, and I had that for like 3 years. When it comes to, you know, just torque and the horsepower capabilities out of stock motors, you know, you almost can't touch it.
The nice thing about rotaries is that for my driving style, I can leave it on the rev limit for a good amount of time and I don't have to worry about You know, spinning a bearing, floating a valve, or anything like that. It takes the abuse of my driving style a lot better. You know, it's really loud, it's exciting. I have people come up to me and say, you know, yours is like one of the loudest, you know, like most distinguished noises that comes out of any other car. I've been driving Mazdas since I started drifting, so it's kind of just become my, like, you know, standby. Like, that's what I am, I'm a Mazda driver.
The rotaries are on the line. Justin Pollock versus Ryuji Miki in the final battle of the Grade 8.
So, Jared, two tremendous drivers and the battle of the Mazdas here. Two rotaries, and Justin Pollock looked amazing in his first debut out at Wall, New Jersey.
Yeah, you know what? These guys actually switching up sponsors in the offseason. Justin Pollock picking up the Burnhouse Racing as Ryuji Miki was on there last year. Ryuji Miki in that flat black medicine-looking FDRX7 and JTP in that RX-8.
Nice entry and very close. Ryuji Miki really putting on the heat against Justin Pollock.
Look at this.
Right now, tit for tat as we get into this first inside clipping point.
You know what, I got to say, both drivers did really well right on that first clipping zone, and that's right in front of the judges.
Absolutely. I mean, Ryuji Miki